Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry again for not posting for quite some time, but yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on. So today I decided to talk to you about what I wanted to talk to you about from the very start of 2021. And first of all, I'd like to let you know that this video might be a little bit triggering, and if you're someone who's triggered by fertility and infertility issues, or by miscarriage stories, or if you're someone that is going through a tough moment right now, please consider whether or not you should continue watching. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the most traumatic experience that I've been through, really. And as someone who's been through quite a lot of health issues and quite a lot of surgeries and stuff like that due to my hydrocephalus, this was a whole new level of disgusting, and I mean emotionally disgusting, the things that happened to me last year. So basically, in the month of September last year, I found out that I was pregnant. So I was really happy about that, because that was something that was not expected due to the fact that I do have hydrocephalus and my husband has multiple sclerosis. So basically, we were not really sure if we'll be able to conceive naturally and without any type of fertility treatment. We didn't consider back at the time, for example, IVF or intrauterine insemination or anything like that. We were thinking about the process and thinking about what must be done. I did go through a couple of tests in 2020, but due to the fact that it was COVID and everything closed, and it was really hard to go to and to have actual doctor's appointments, I kind of put a hold on that, and I was like thinking that I'll be thinking about that and working on that once that we're close to being normal again and to living normal again. However, I did get a blood test and hormone tests. So I did have quite a clear understanding of how my hormones were and what was the situation with my ovulation and with my ovarian reserves, which was pretty bad, to be honest. Like, for those of you out there who are aware and who are having some kind of any type of fertility or infertility issues, or any if you're trying to conceive or not, there is a hormone that you're most probably well aware of. So that's the FSH, or the follicle stimulating hormone. So you're well aware that the ratio of the LH, or luteinizing hormone, and FSH should be about 2:1 or 3:1, and in my case it was reversed and it was 1:10. So my FSH was extremely high. It was like 16, which is insane. No, we don't do that. I work with an endocrinologist. She's amazing, and she told me to start taking inositol, which I have been taking ever since. I was taking it even while I was pregnant. So basically, this vitamin, it's actually a part of the vitamin B group, helps your body metabolize sugars. So she then told me, my endocrinologist told me, that probably that is a part of the issue, is that I have PCOS, or polycystic ovarian syndrome. So it's not only that I do have the hydrocephalus, all the stuff going on in my brain and around the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland that is shifting hormone levels from there, but it's the fact that I do actually have a PCOS and my ovaries are not producing enough estrogen as well. So with that being said, I have been taking an inositol supplement ever since, and I was not expecting that, but like 2 months into the inositol treatment, I got pregnant naturally, like without ever expecting that. And I was really happy about it. I was so ecstatic. Like, I never thought I would be this happy when I found out. Everything was going on fine. We did see a heartbeat at week 6, and then on the week 9 scan, it turned out that there was no heartbeat anymore. So basically, I did have a missed miscarriage, which is when your body is actually not having any signs of miscarriage, but the fetus was not developing and it had no heartbeat. So basically, I had to go through D&E surgery, which was really traumatic for me. Like, that was the worst experience ever. That was in November, so that was during lockdown. I had to be all alone in the hospital for 24 hours. completely, alone and so traumatized, and I had no shoulder that I could actually cry on. Yeah, that was the worst thing ever that has ever happened to me. When I got back home and I got back to reality, I realized that we had to now tell everyone that we had told what had happened, and thankfully those were not that many people, because you wouldn't really want to be going through that again, because like every time that I was talking to someone about this, I was kind of reliving it, and at the very beginning when everything was just so fresh and still so traumatic, that was a horrible experience. So ladies, if you're thinking about telling people before week 12, please spare yourself the grief, because up until week 12 is the time in the pregnancy where miscarriages are the most frequent. So actually 1 out of 4 to 1 out of 3 pregnancies ends in a miscarriage, and most of them occur in weeks 1 to 12. So wait for the complete 12 weeks to go and to pass, or even some people and some doctors are recommending to move on to week 14 before you actually start spreading the news, because it is actually really painful then. So I'm still working. I'm working with my psychotherapist. I'm working with close group of friends and family who are really the most positive and non-toxic people. So yeah, first of all, I think that word should be changed and it should be forbidden, because I feel that this word is kind of putting some stress and some fault on the woman. Like, what kind of fault can you possibly have for that so painful experience? And I understand that there is a huge societal stigma around that, and that should definitely be changing. There is still this notion in society that this is something odd, it's something that the woman is possibly to be blamed for. Like, what? Seriously? So we as a society should definitely be working towards destigmatizing miscarriage and kind of moving forward to accepting it as something normal and as a part of life. Especially in 2020. What my doctor told me when I went in to have the D&E procedure, she said that there have been so many pregnancies lost in 2020 due to the constant stress that is being spilled on us. So we should be definitely working towards helping women speak up at this extremely painful moment in life. And to be honest, I have never felt in my life as alone and as misunderstood by society as after having my miscarriage. So thank God that my husband and my immediate family are people who are really caring and understanding, and that was not part of my everyday reality as well. But like society, no, don't even get me started on that. And to be honest, one of the saddest thing is that even doctors are sometimes so desensitized and are so not helping and understanding their patients that are going through that extremely traumatic experience once again. There is definitely nothing worse to say to a woman who has just suffered a miscarriage than, oh, don't worry, you get pregnant again. Like, that somehow demeans what you've just gone through, and the fact that you have just lost your current pregnancy. The dumbest thing in the world that I've ever heard from someone who is probably trying to express support, I'm not sure, but they said, oh, now at least you know that you can get pregnant at all. And I was like, seriously? Like, seriously, you guys? How? I don't know. Right, so I do have an entire other video planned out on the inadequacy of the response of society to miscarriage and the extremely inconsiderate behavior that the majority of the people have assumed in their attitude towards miscarriage. So it's been about 3 months now, and I would really like to say that I have healed and that I have moved forward. But that's I'm afraid that's just not the case yet. Like, I definitely need some more time to think everything through and to be able to kind of embrace everything that has happened. However, I can tell you that we're going to try again. So I am so determined that we are going to try again, and we're going to try again and get pregnant naturally again, so without going through treatments. Even though last week I went for a fertility consultation in a fertility treatment center, just to get an overview of the treatments that are available and what's usually being done in cases like that. So I did have another blood test and another hormone level test back in January. So I did take that with me when I went to visit to that treatment fertility center. And then I can tell you that the doctor was not happy when he saw my hormones, and my FSH had actually dropped to a half of what it was previously. So before that it was like 15.76, and now it's like 7.30 something. So it's dropped more than half, and the doctor is still not happy about it. But at the same time, it's dropped more than half. So I'm so happy that I'm actually seeing, you know, some change and some movement in my hormone levels, which is just amazing, because it means that you can actually work to improve that with lifestyle changes and with, you know, taking a simple supplement as the inositol supplement that I'm taking, improving your choices, your life choices, your food choices, even though I've just had a huge tiramisu. Yeah, the doctor said that probably there is going to be a need for some assistance in any future fertility plans. So he's asked that I complete another assessment. He's added a couple of items that I need to check for on my next blood test. So that's supposed to happen on my next cycle, which is due any day now. And I'll go back to the clinic just to have a review on my results and to have a confirmation of what needs to be done from now on. So yeah, good times. And I do have another planned video as well to be actually talking to you about what kind of lifestyle changes and supplements I'm taking at present, because I'm taking really a handful of supplements, and I'd like to go through them with you. Actually, you know, let me know in the comment section below, are you taking any supplements for, you know, any fertility treatment or issues? Because I was not aware how many of them there are. Like, you can actually go and fill a Louis Vuitton Never Full Back with all of those supplements, and it's going to fill up, which is not possible in normal circumstances. Like, no, not at all. So basically I am going to be reviewing the supplements that I'm taking with you, and hopefully they will also work and support, you know, the rest of the lifestyle changes that I'm currently undertaking. I am just engaging in some practices that everyone can actually do and anyone can actually engage in. When I went past the grief of the miscarriage and I really started reading about fertility treatments and, you know, some kind of more alternative treatments to that, I noted that everyone and their dog was talking about acupuncture. Like, obviously acupuncture is the thing. So I have engaged in an acupuncture practice that I'm currently following strictly. Also, you know, cutting back on carbs, although as mentioned, tiramisu and wine. You shouldn't be really drinking wine when you're trying to conceive, are you? And then being physically active, which is something that I have always been. I was just, you know, I stopped running and I stopped doing any type of exercise while I was pregnant, and I was feeling so bad. I was really drowsy and tired all the time, but I know that's also part of, you know, how you're feeling in very early months of pregnancy. So I'm not sure if that was because I was not moving my body or if it was due to the pregnancy symptoms. I've also engaged into some gemstone treatments, and yeah, generally I've just made a huge shift in mindset. So before I was kind of really focused on work, and I was kind of, you know, I was really pushy and I was really happy about, you know, how hardworking and successful I was in my corporate job, and I was like really overdoing it. And now I feel that was really trying to validate myself through work and through that feedback system that you do have when you're working in a corporate job and you are having really good feedback and really good results, and it kind of boosts your self-esteem and your self-image, which is not something that I am going to be doing anymore. And it feels so good to kind of actually shift your mindset from that work and career to family, and to, you know, being really good friend and being a really good wife and just being a really good person, and, you know, not trying to prove anything to anyone. And also I would like to thank you so much, guys, and I would like to thank YouTube so much as well, because like sitting in front of a camera and like spilling all of this information has been so therapeutic. Like, that is amazing. Like, if I can actually reach out to one person out there, and to someone who is struggling or who's going through some hard times or something like that, and actually be able to help them, that will really mean the world. This will actually mean that all the pain and all the grief that I've been through have actually taught me so much that I can project to someone out there as well and be of help and of support to someone else. So I would very much like to thank you guys for being here for me, and I would very much like to say how grateful I am to this opportunity. Like, it just doesn't take anything to take a camera and, you know, just shove it in your face and record your thoughts and just, you know, record your experience. So thank you very much. I appreciate you very much, and I'll see you next time.